I'm running 3 ads, one every other week for the month of July, or started in June though. Anyway, so there's my logo. That represents me. That represents my brand. But as we said, that's not my brand. As you know, I've been using Photoshop longer than just about anyone. I was a original beta tester for Photoshop decades ago, and I actually worked in Photoshop before it was Photoshop. It used to be called Pixel Paint. It was a Macintosh application that was bought by Alice and then later bought by Adobe, and I've been using it since then. I've always gotten myself in lots of trouble sticking my face in where it doesn't belong. But that's not how I earn a living. This is how I earn a living. This is a logo I did for a building, actually a pair of buildings in Orange, New Jersey. Used to be when you designed a logo, you only designed a logo, a single logo, and it was represented everywhere. These days, with the advent of social media, I have to generally design 2 variations of the logo. One when it's going to be represented in social media, and then another when it's used everywhere else. I would prefer to only design one facet of a logo, but this square shape doesn't always work in every instance, and it's much more difficult to represent a brand in a square shape. So, but most companies seem to like to have this flexibility. The sister logo, which is the neighboring property, and is link 32. The first one was link 52. The numbers represent the address of the 2 properties. They're very similar because they're sisters. They're right next to each other. But you'll see when I show you the next slide, the shape that I used in the logo actually reflects the building shapes, and so does the color. So here's link 32, and it's got a lot of curves in the building throughout, and that's why I designed the logo like this, whereas link 52 is very angular and has lots of right angles. So here's the other building for link 52. It's got a lot of things to it. These are the 2 websites that I designed for link 52 and 32. I'm taking you through this because this is a very large project. I started with the logo, websites, floor plans, signage, billboards, posters, banners, sales material. This is a massive, massive project that I've been working on since the beginning of the year, and it's still ongoing. This is a banner that goes in the bus station. You ever drive by the bus station, see those posters that they have alongside the train station? This is a print ad. And this is the print ad that's actually going to run this Sunday in AM New York. It's another big print ad. So, really happy with this project. The client is over the top in love with it. This is the first time I worked with this company, and I've gotten 5 big projects just like this after it. It's a property management company up in Newark, and I've gotten 5 more. They have 5 more properties that are under development, and I'm pretty overwhelmed right now, which is a great thing. This is the floor plan for one of the properties. So I get the architectural drawings and I actually re-render them so they look nice in the sales presentations. This is one of the other properties that we just started. It's still in rendering phase. It's not been built yet. It's Broad, 999 Broad in Newark. And I have to draw all the apartments for this location as well. I think there's like 200 different variations I have to draw. This is another project that I'm currently working on right now. This is the June issue of Citibank's Market Access. I would love to show you more, but I'm not allowed to. I'm probably not even supposed to show you the cover. But this is all their proprietary news that they disseminate throughout the world. This PDF goes to 180 different countries. It's an interactive PDF with all kinds of links inside it that take you to different parts of their website and has all the contact information for all the VPs. It's pretty cool, and it's another very large project. These are 2 announcements the CIARB, which stands for the Society of International Arbitrators. It's a big firm in New York City, and I've been doing work for them 3-4 years. Just started working on their websites, but they have a lot of not projects. They have a lot of classes and events that they need announcements for, and these are the PDF announcements. If they get this in their mail, they click on this, and then it brings them to the registration page, which I've also built. And through my relationship with the CIA, as I call them, I've gotten some work with Columbia Law School, and these are two of the events that were actually at Columbia Law School. These are announcements. One's the save the date, and one's the actual course booklet for two different courses that are happening simultaneously. And also through the CIA, I've actually done work with the United Nations, again with more classwork, coursework through the CIA. So some pretty big players and some pretty flashy work and stuff that I'm proud of. I don't just do work with big firms in New York City. This is a small, or smaller, mid-size, I would say, firm in Eatontown, New Jersey. They do holistic, alternative healthcare work. So they do yoga, psychotherapy, meditation, and stuff like that. There are 3 or 4 principals to the company, and I developed their brand. These are some of the ads that they've run that I designed for them. These are the flyers that I put together, and I also designed their expo booth that they use at trade shows. This is packaging design I did. I've shown this a couple times before, and I like to show it because it's pretty cool. The checkerboard, okay, the checkerboard represents nothing. It's vacant, so this can be placed onto other items. To put this together, we had the sandwich professionally taken photography, and then everything else that you see, aside from part of the paper, is just rendered in Illustrator. So this is a drawing. It's a combination of a photo and a drawing. The packaging doesn't actually exist. I had to develop this and design this before they had a product. So they came to me and said, this is sort of what our idea is, and this is what we want to do. And then I put together their menus, their actual truck that drives around Manhattan that serves the food. And I had to do this before they launched. They needed product before they could actually sell the product. They needed marketing before they could sell the product. This is a logo I did for a local attorney office. This is their business cards. And just so this is the name of the firm, but I did something very clever with their business cards. I actually put each individual name, so this is Matthew's card. This is the back of the card. This is the front of the card. This is Matthew's card. When it's Tom's card, it says Tom Madden right here. So it changes a little bit every time you see it. I'll go through this real quick. Monmouth Trucking Equipment. These are all recent websites that I've done. This is a massive project that I just finished again. And that's me making your marketing look better. Thanks.